All right, so you want your ex to break up with their rebound. I get it. Probably a lot of people who want to save their relationship with their partner would like their ex to end a rebound relationship if their ex is in a rebound relationship. But how do you actually go about making this happen? How do you convince them to do this? Because obviously you can't just sit down with them and say, hey, you should break up with your rebound. They're a terrible person and you should get back together with me. Maybe that's going to work like, 1 out of 1,000 times or something. But hey, if that was going to work, you probably wouldn't be here watching this video. So what does it actually take? That's what we're going to be getting into in this video. So please watch through to the end, because at the end of this video, I'm going to be giving you actual strategies to save your relationship and to get back on track with getting back together once the rebound is actually over and out of the way. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life. If your ex is in a rebound relationship, I know this is incredibly painful to watch and observe, especially if you are still in love with them and if you want to explore what the two of you might be able to achieve together in a romantic sense. It can feel as if, they are pulling back and as if you're just kind of losing that window of opportunity. But here's the thing, you absolutely can get back together with your partner after a rebound relationship. And even if they are in a rebound relationship right now, we've helped so many people over the years whose partners have gone on to rebound, and we've managed to help them to work through this process. And so I'm going to be telling you what it takes to actually help your partner break up with their rebound, even if it doesn't seem like they want to right now. Now, in order for you to really understand how this all works, you have to really get that this isn't just happening in isolation, okay? So there are certain things that need to happen before we can get to this point. It's not like you can just call them up on the phone and say some magic combination of words that's going to make them break up with the rebound right here and now without certain other things in place first. So we want to make sure that these other things are in place. You may have watched another video already where we went over some of these things, but just to recap that, we want to reduce the romantic pressure. We want to focus in on building the emotional connection, and we want to demonstrate that we are not the same person they believe that they broke up with. But with all of that in place, there is going to come a time where your ex feels and senses and knows that they are going to have to make a hard choice. Ending a rebound relationship, even if it's not working for you, is never an easy thing. Nobody wants to voluntarily go out of their way and say, hey, I think we need to talk. It's not working. Let's break up. Nobody wants to do that. Things have to be at a pretty bad place for someone to take that step into that level of discomfort to actually end a relationship. Your ex may put off making this choice. They may put off ending the rebound relationship. And that's understandable, I think, because again, nobody wants to have that conversation. Nobody wants to make someone else cry. Nobody else wants to go through that. They're probably going to put this off. They're going to try to downplay and rationalize away feelings that they're developing for you if you've been developing that emotional connection. And of course, if you're familiar with our 5 stages of getting back together, again, you can check that out up here in a video card if that's something that you are not familiar with. Those 5 stages kind of sum up where your ex's journey is at. But if they're at this point, they are probably at what we would call the crisis point. They very realistically acknowledge the fact that they have a connection with you, but that connection is putting them in an uncomfortable place where they're having to confront some hard choices, like ending the rebound relationship, obviously. They obviously don't want to risk ending the rebound relationship and then trying to get back together with you, but then what happens if you reject them, or you say, hey, you wanted to get back together with me? I was just being friendly, or something like that, right? They don't want to end something with a rebound and then fall flat on their face with you and then just look silly, look like the hot mess, tell people that you're dating again and just have it blow up for some reason. They don't want to do that. They're probably going to feel very uncomfortable at this point. They're probably going to be very resistant to change. They're probably going to be very resistant to the idea of breaking up with the rebound. However, you can help them through this, okay? There are a couple of different ways that you can do this, depending on what they're thinking, where the two of you are at, the specifics of the scenario, etc. But if they connecting really well with you, because they're at the crisis point, you can actually reassure them that, hey, you do want this relationship. Now, again, don't get me wrong. There are definitely a lot of circumstances where it doesn't make sense to tell your ex point blank how you feel and that you love them, that you have affection for them, etc. I think most of us know this because Most of us, myself included, have made a lot of mistakes when we've tried to go through the past of getting back together with our exes. However, if your ex is truly at the crisis point, then they have the capacity to take in this information. They have the capacity to take in these feelings. In fact, they probably also want to know that you love them, that you care about them, that you want to be together with them. You can say these things if they're at the crisis point. Why? Because these things are going to help them over that hump to know that if they do end the rebound relationship, they're not going to fall flat on their face and be rejected by you. They're going to know that they have a safe place to land, that they're going to be able to be accepted by you, and that their affections are going to be met well and received well and perhaps even reciprocated by you. Again, don't get me wrong. I think it is important to take it slow when you are reconciling with a partner who's coming out of a rebound, but it is also nice for them to know that they have a soft place to land as well too. Another thing that's also important as well too is if they are maybe a little bit more stubborn, maybe they're not quite as direct about how they feel about you, you may have to give them some positive pressure, some positive incentive, I guess we could say, to make a decision here. And this is not quite an ultimatum. You might think that what I'm about to say is an ultimatum, but it's not, because it's a little bit different. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, if you need to at this point, if they're very stubborn about not ending the rebound relationship, is to put some positive pressure on by letting them know something like, hey, I get it. It's hard to end a relationship. It's hard to get out of a rebound, especially when you feel like you're in over your head already. However, here's the thing. I've really enjoyed connecting with you. I've really enjoyed spending time with you. And honestly, I'm in a place where I'm looking for trying to get into a relationship myself too. And if I had my choice of it, I'd like to explore what's possible with you. But it sounds like you're not ready for that. And that's totally okay. But here's the thing. If that's truly where you're at, that's all right. I get it 100%. But the thing is, I might have to start dating some other people. And maybe that's not going to, mean anything significant for us right away. But if I do start to develop feelings for someone, or if they develop feelings for me, it might not be possible for us to spend time together anymore. I might end up in a relationship with someone else, and they might not want me to talk to you. Is that something that you're okay with? This is something that might cause them to check in, and they might have to say, no, that's not something okay with, in which case, okay, great. You've been able to leverage the emotional connection that you have with them to start to get them to make a choice. Oh, okay, well, really? Does that mean that you think it might be time to end that rebound relationship? And now you can start talking about that, and you can start encouraging them on that. Or if they say, oh yeah, it's okay. I guess maybe we're just not meant to be together, then you can just, again, check in with them. Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that it's okay for me to date someone else, and you're okay to risk the fact that we might lose touch if I meet someone and I fall in love with that person. Is that really what you're saying? Is that really okay with you? So you're checking in again, and then after that, if they really persist and say, yeah, that's what I'm saying, you can say, okay, fine. Thank you for letting me know. At this point, they just might need to experience the consequence of their indecision. They just might need to experience what it's like to not have you in their life anymore. It might feel like you're giving up at this point, but really you're not, because you have already taken an emotional connection that you have with them and you start to leverage it by letting them know that there are consequences to their indecision. And as you leverage this connection, they're going to feel its loss. If they persist in not wanting to be together with you, they might just have to feel for a few days or maybe a few weeks or whatever, what it's like to not have this great, intense emotional connection with you. So even though it feels like you're giving up, they're just getting to experience what it's actually like to not have you in their life. And when they do start to experience this, it might be a real wake-up call for them, and they start to say, oh wow, I gotta get my butt up and to actually make a decision here. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose the opportunity to connect with this amazing person here and to have this amazing person in my life. This is all taking place within the context of a strong emotional connection. So if the two of you aren't at a place where you have a strong emotional connection, please do not do this right now. Please don't. It's not going to go well. And second of all, this is different from an ultimatum in a few different ways. First of all, we are making ourselves responsible for how we're feeling. We're saying, hey, what I want is to be in a committed relationship. We're not saying you need to make a choice. It's either we're getting back together and you're breaking up with that person, or nothing. We're being very compassionate here. We're being very empathetic with where they're at. And also, we're giving them responsibility over the situation. They're not able to point to us and say, we're not talking because you're some jerk that made me make a hard choice or something. We're like, yeah, okay. We're not talking because I couldn't make the choice, and of course he wanted to be with someone else. They have to take ownership of it. And this is important because it lets them weigh that choice. It lets them say, wow, like, what am I really doing here? Maybe I really should end this rebound relationship. And it also empowers them because they do feel responsible for it. It empowers them to change the situation if they don't like it. That's something that you can do if you really need to help encourage your ex to end their rebound relationship. Now, of course, once the rebound relationship is over, it's not smooth sailing, not by a long shot, but you, of course, should take a victory lap. Up next, I'd like you to watch this video right over here where we talk about how to get back together with your ex once the rebound is out of the picture. Of course, we're also going to talk about what you can do to set yourself up for success once the two of you are back together. But of course, it all starts over here. So check out this video next, and I'll see you over there.